I'm always curious, like what's an example of an effective communication or effective conversation that you've observed or you've had with observational listening and such?
Well, I see both sides of the story. So I sometimes see when it goes well, and I sometimes see when you think, oh dear.
Let's start with the oh dear. That sounds like that's more loaded.
It can be very simple. I was speaking with a client earlier on today, and she was telling me how they just gave her a pay rise, and it was a rather disappointing pay rise. And the reason they gave her for the very minimal pay rise, I can't believe I'm going to repeat this, but they said to her, because you don't add sufficient value to our company.
Okay. That is loaded.
That's loaded. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's painful. So if that's really true, should they be having this conversation?
Well, if someone doesn't add value to the company,
what are they doing there?
I'd go back to that person and say, okay, then what am I doing here? Right. And so that's very
But you
interesting.
understand what I'm saying? This is somewhere where I believe somebody hasn't got sufficient empathy to realize, if I bring the message in this way to a subordinate in this case, what effect is that going to have on this person?
Yeah. Well, you walk away with more questions than answers in that situation. Whereas, like, it might hurt initially, but coming with solid examples here and areas of improvement, areas where, they've been coached and haven't been effective, whatever it might be, right? And areas of opportunity. That's just kind of leadership 101 right there. That sounds like.
Yeah, and choosing the correct conversation for that. Let's be honest, this should be done in kind of a performance review or a regular check-in on how are we doing,
Should be discussed when it happens, honestly.
Exactly. Not
364 days later. Yeah.
Huh. So all kinds of reasons why I think, oh, ouch. This could have been done differently and it would have had less negative effect on the person involved, who now feels like the company's not being loyal to her. So why should she be loyal to the company? So who's winning out of this one?
I don't think anyone wins here. You got a disgruntled employee who's like, all right. Okay, I've been busting my butt, or at least I think I am, and clearly you don't appreciate it.
Exactly. So the next best person who comes along and offers me a job, I'm gone.
Yeah. Yep. Maybe that was the intended effect. Manipulation, though, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's manipulation. I believe that a lot of people aren't aware of what they're doing. A lot of people are reacting on the autopilot, which generally is okay to do. I mean, if we have to think about everything we do, we'd go absolutely crazy. But when it comes to important things, that's when I think it becomes really important to just put out those feelers a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. That is very interesting. I always find it interesting where there's a lot of rhetoric around, oh yeah, my people are the most important asset in the company. I need you to treat your people well, so they treat the customers well, blah, 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 right?
All true.
And it's absolutely true, right? But, speaking of reflecting, there's also things called parroting. You could parrot what someone else is saying and not understand or really care what it means. So